Hello all of you. For the today's session, we are going to discuss 2 points, that is conventions are necessary. Conventions, or we can say that conventions for the use of SI units, right? SI units. But why only SI units? Because this is, we can say, that modified form of a MK system, and that system of units I already explained in the previous session, right? So uh, for the SI system, how units are supposed to write, or how to write that particular, we can say that that particular units in this particular system of units. Now, first convention there it is, that is, unit of every physical quantity should be represented by its symbol. Unit of every physical quantity, unit of every physical quantity, unit of every physical quantity is or should be represented by its symbol. For example, right? uh, Symbol, let's take an example. For example, length, I just wanted to represent the unit of the length I want to represent. What is unit of length? That is a meter, right? Unit of length is meter. Right now, by what symbol here we will use? We will going to use the symbol small m. That means for the length small m, for the time sometimes you can denote it, what is the unit of the time? That is nothing but a second, right? So in order to represent the, we can say that second, the symbol which is used, that is nothing but s. So every unit of every physical quantity represented by its symbol. So unit, instead of meter, its symbol will be small m. Instead of second, the symbol will be small s. Or let's say take a mass. In a SI system, mass is measured in terms of kilogram. Mass measured in terms of kilogram. So what the symbol we will going to use? Kg is the symbol that we will use in order to represent the unit of a mass, right? Kg. So this is the first, we can say that convention. This is first convention. Now second convention. Now what is the second convention? What is the second rule we can say? That is nothing but a full name of a unit. Full name of a unit. Full name of a unit. Full name of unit always starts with, full name of unit always starts with small letters. Always starts with smaller letter or the small letter, right? Smaller letter. Always starts with smaller letter, even if that unit, maybe even if the name of the person is there, even if it is after name of the person, after name of the person. So what exactly the meaning of this particular statement is, that I'm going to explain to you now. Let's take a physical quantity, that is nothing but a force. Its unit is a newton. Its unit is newton, right? So while writing the Newton, because Newton is the name of the scientist, right? Sir Isaac Newton, right? And Newton is the name of the scientist. And if we are going to write down, instead of only it's a symbol, should be written in the capital letter. If it is the name of the person, it should be the capital letter, because half part of this particular statement says that if the unit is given and unit is the name of the if unit is given after the name of the scientist, then in that particular case, if we wanted to represent its symbol, then write it's in a capital letter. But for example, here if we just wanted to other than the name of the scientist, because meter is not the name of the scientist. So if its symbol is written, it should be written in the small form. It should be written in the smaller, we can say that, yeah, smaller form or smaller letter. It should be written in the small letter, because these are not the unit comes after the name of the person. In the case of symbol I am talking about, but in the case of full form, what this particular statement says, in the case of full name of a unit always starts with a small letter. So that means Newton should not be written like this, and capital Newton. It should not be written like Newton, right? So these are the wrong way to write the unit in the full form. Wrong way to write the unit in a complete form, right? So this is the right way. This is the right way. These are, we can say that, wrong way. These are the two are wrong way. So that means whenever you wanted to write the name of that particular unit, and those name of the unit comes after the name of the scientist, then that should be written in a small letter. Let's take an example, another physical quantity. Let's take an example like energy, right? What is the unit of the energy? That is nothing but a joule, right? So it should be written like Joule, right? Its spelling should be, the first letter should be a small letter. It should not be a capital letter. So if I write the like this, Joule, joule, then this is right, and this is the wrong way to write the full name of that particular unit. And joule is the name of the scientist. Another, we can say that, physical quantity. Let's take an example of a power. Its unit is a watt. Its unit is watt. Watt is the name of the scientist. It should not be written like this. What way it should not be written like this? Capital WATT. That means whenever we wanted to write down the unit, full unit, and only symbol, then capital W, only symbol, capital W, only symbol, capital J, only symbol, capital J. But in the case of full form, or in the case of full name, then all letters should be smaller one. It should not be any letter should be capital. No, any other letter should be capital. Not even a starting letter. Not even, we can say that, end letter, right? So everything should be in a small letter. But in the case of symbol, you can write down in the capital form if it is that unit comes after the name of the scientist. That means, म्हणजे काय, जर एखादा युनिट जर सायंटिस्टच्या नावानंतर दिलेला असेल, त्याचा सिम्बॉल कॅपिटल मध्ये लिहा. त्याचा सिम्बॉल कॅपिटल मध्ये लिहा. पण जर समजा फुल लिहित असेल ना, म्हणजे जूल हे नाव पूर्ण आहे, मग हे पूर्ण लिहित असेल तर सगळे लेटर काय पाहिजे? स्मॉल लेटर पाहिजे, कॅपिटल लेटर नसावं. हे कॅपिटल लेटर नसावं. मग सगळं काय नाही, आपण स्मॉल लेटर मध्ये लिहिलं गेलं पाहिजे. दिस इज रॉंग मेथड, right? So while talking about the energy, force and power, okay, so this, let me give another example, another physical quantity. Let's say pressure, right? Pressure is the physical quantity whose unit is Pascal, whose unit is Pascal. So what is the right way to write down the Pascal? This way. If I write like that, capital Pascal, Pascal, so this is a wrong way to write. But in the case of, we can say that, in the case of a symbol, you can write down capital P, you can write down the capital B, right? Because Pascal is also the name of the scientist. But if there is a physical quantity like a speed, and its unit is meter per second, unit will be is equals to meter per second. So that means in the case of symbol, it should be written in a small letter, because meter is not the name of the scientist, second is also not the name of the scientist. म्हणजे मग सायंटिस्ट किंवा एखाद्या व्यक्तीच्या, एखाद्या माणसाच्या नंतर जर समजा काय म्हणत आपण, नंतर जर समजा ते पर्टिक्युलर युनिट जर येत असेल, तर त्या कंडिशन मध्ये आपण काय करू शकतो? त्या कंडिशन मध्ये काय म्हणत आपण, वी कॅन राईट दॅट पर्टिक्युलर युनिट इन द स्मॉलर फॉर्म. ते स्मॉलर लेटर मध्ये लिहायचं, कॅपिटल लेटर मध्ये लिहायचं नाही, जर ते सायंटिस्टच्या नावानंतर ते युनिट येत नसेल तर. मग आता स्पीड ह्या क्वांटिटीचं युनिट काय? मीटर पर सेकंड. सो त्याचा सिम्बॉल लिहिताना काय लिहायचं? स्मॉल एम, स्मॉल एस, नॉट कॅपिटल एस, राईट? इट शुड बी स्मॉल एस, right? Now this is a second convention here we have. Now let's move toward the third convention. So what is the third convention? Let me take the space. Okay, third convention है, तीसरा convention किंवा तीसरा rule है, symbols for unit do not take a plural form. Symbols for unit, symbols for unit do not take plural form, do not take plural form. So what exactly it means? Let's take example. If I said that 1 meter, 1 meter and more than 1 meter, for example say 15 meter, so it should be it should not be 15 meters. लिहिताना 15 meters नाही लिहायचं, म्हणजे एकापेक्षा जरी जास्त मीटर असलं तर लिहिताना सुद्धा काय लिहायचं, फक्त 15 मीटर, ओनली 15 मीटर. प्लुरल फॉर्म म्हणजे आता तुम्ही मीटर्स असं वर्ड मध्ये, कम्प्लीट वर्ड मध्ये लिहू शकता, पण त्याचा सिम्बॉल लिहिताना म्हणजे 1 मीटर असं लिहू शकता, 15 मीटर असं लिहू शकता, बट 15 मीटर्स ms असं काहीही करायचं नाही. इट इज प्लुरल म्हणजे त्याचं अनेक वचन घ्यायचं नाही. प्लुरल फॉर्म of that unit should not be written, ते लिहिलं नाही पाहिजे, राईट. इट शुड नॉट बी written like this. ओके, आणखी एक एक्झाम्पल घ्या. समजा 1 न्यूटन लिहिलं, राईट, 1 न्यूटन, 1 न्यूटन, राईट, आणि तसं समजा आपल्याला आणखी जास्त न्यूटन घ्यायचं, मग 10 न्यूटन घ्यायचे, मग 10 न्यूटन्स म्हणायचं नाही आपण, राईट. लिहिताना सिम्बॉलच्या फॉर्म मध्ये लिहिताना काय, 10 न्यूटन कॅपिटल एन, 1 न्यूटन लिहिताना सुद्धा कॅपिटल, त्याला न्यूटन्स हा NS S apostrophe S लावायचं नाही, प्लुरल त्याचं करायचं नाही, राईट, अप्लाय करायचं नाही S. So singular form of the symbol should be written, singular form is right way. Okay, now this is nothing but we can say that third convention. Fourth convention is we can say that quite pretty interesting. No punctuation marks are allowed at the end of the unit. म्हणजे जर समजा, ओके, आपल्या टेक्स्टबुक मधलं एक्झॅक्टली जे काही स्टेटमेंट वगैरे आहे, सिम्बॉल्स फॉर द युनिट डू नॉट कंटेन एनी फुल स्टॉप. सिम्बॉल्स फॉर युनिट, सिम्बॉल्स फॉर युनिट डू नॉट कंटेन सिम्बॉल्स फॉर युनिट डू नॉट कंटेन एनी फुल स्टॉप. आता फक्त फुल स्टॉप नाही, फुल स्टॉपच्या ऐवजी तुम्ही पंक्च्युएशन मार्क, कोणताही पंक्च्युएशन मार्क, नो एनी पंक्च्युएशन मार्क शुड बी रिटन ऍट द एंड ऑफ द युनिट फॉर द सिम्बॉल ऑफ द युनिट. म्हणजे उदाहरणार्थ समजा असं लिहिलं 15 सेकंड असं पूर्ण लिहितो आपण, पण जर समजा सिम्बॉलच्या फॉर्म मध्ये लिहिलं 15s, राईट, तर तिथे फुल स्टॉप, तिथे एक्सप्लेनेटरी साइन, तिथे क्वेश्चन मार्क, तिथे काय नाही पण तिथे कोलन, तिथे सेमिकोलन यूज करायचा नाही. ओनली वी कॅन से दॅट 15 सेकंड लिहिलं, 15 सेकंड पुढून द्यायचं, नो फुल स्टॉप. बट इन मेनी ऑफ द केसेस दिस this convention are not get used or it is not get followed by anyone, right. एक्झाम मध्ये इतर ठिकाणी, क्वेश्चन पेपर मध्ये, काही पेपर्स मध्ये, टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये सुद्धा भरपूर ठिकाणी असं अवेलेबल असं तुम्हाला सापडेल. पण यू कॅन, these are convention, these are not rule, these are conventions. मानायचे नाही मानायचे ते तुमच्यावर अवलंबून आहे, पण मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस यू नीड टू फॉलो दिस, राईट. नाव नेक्स्ट, फिफ्थ कन्व्हेन्शन इज there. So what fifth convention here? The unit of the physical quantities in the numerator and the denominator should be written as 1:. For example, we can say that meter per second, seconds, like that. Okay, let me write down that convention first. The units of physical quantities, the units of physical quantities, units of physical quantities in a numerator and denominator, in a numerator and denominator, in the numerator and denominator should be written as 1:. Should be written as 1:. एक रेशो म्हणूनच लिहायचं तिथे. आता रेशो म्हणजे काय, डिव्हिजन. काय म्हटलं तिथे, व्हॉट एक्झॅक्टली सेड ओव्हर हिअर, द युनिट्स ऑफ अ फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज इन अ न्यूमरेटर अँड डिनॉमिनेटर. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, द युनिट ऑफ द स्पीड इज द डिव्हिजन ऑफ द टू क्वांटिटी, that is it is a ratio of the two things, that is two physical quantity, that is distance to the time. So the unit of distance is a meter, unit of time is a second. So while writing the unit of this particular physical quantity, it should be written in this particular format, right? Or in other words, it should be written like that, meter per second, right? Or some other case, some person may like, they may take a, we can say that, slash or something like that. This is also valid one, this is also valid one, and this is also valid one, but it should not be written like that, meter per, then some space and then slash, or then we can say that divided by and then second. It should not be like this. So this is the wrong method. So these are the, we can say, the right method that I given to you, right? So this is quite easiest one. Sometimes let me give you one example where the people or the students supposed to make the mistakes. For example, the unit of the acceleration is meter per second square. Meter per second square. That means velocity divided by time is nothing but a acceleration. The unit of velocity is meter per second, and unit of time is a second. So it should not be written like this, right? It should not be written like this. It should be taken like that, meter per second square, because the second, this s will go to the denominator, second will get multiplied, and it will be second raised to 2. So this is the right method. This is wrong method, means it should be one ratio. There should not be two ratio. This is a one ratio, and this is nothing but a second one. This is another ratio, means meter per second and second, this is one ratio, and meter one per second, this is another ratio. So there should not be two ratio, there should be only one single ratio, right? It is like that. So this is the, we can say that, meaning of this particular fifth convention. And there are many more conventions are there, like use of the combination of units and symbols for unit is divided when the physical quantity is expressed by the combination of two. Sometimes we never goes to this much of detail, or this much of, we can say, that point, but still I'll explain to you, right? So what it is, use of the combination of units and the symbols for the unit is avoided when physical quantity is expressed by combination of two. That means while there is a unit like say joule per kg per Kelvin, such a unit is there. It is a, we can say, the unit of the specific heat capacity. S is equal to amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance through certain degree Celsius. The unit of energy is joule. Unit of mass is, we knew that, kg. Unit of temperature in the SI system is Kelvin. So it should be written like this. It is not like that, joule per kg into Kelvin. It is not like that. It not at all like this. This is the wrong way, right? So this is the sixth convention. What that sixth convention said, that if the combination of the units are there, they should not be written separately. The combination we need to use. We need to avoid when the physical quantities are expressed by the combination of the two ratios. That means this is joule per kg also, and this is per Kelvin also, right? So these are the two combination of the units. So that combination should not be written like this. So this is the wrong method, right? So this is the right method. And this is all about, we can say that, conventions. This way we can write down the units, right? Still there is a very important topic. That important topic is nothing but a dimensions, and that dimensions I will discuss for the tomorrow session. That is very important topic as far as JEE, NEET and CET, any competitive examination concerned. This is very important point. So that I will take in a detail in a much more example way, and we'll take a little large session also. For the longer time, we'll take more examples for this particular session, right? So for the today's session, let's stop over here. Thank you.